It's back. The Nexus 5 took a break last year, leaving the Nexus 6 to go it alone, but it's now been given a refresh by Google and has returned in the form of the Nexus 5X. As with the original Nexus 5, the Nexus 5X has been manufactured by LG for the search giant, with a familiar look and feel to the handset. There's the choice of 16GB and 32GB models, which come in black, carbon, white, quartz, and a dull mint green, ice, and are priced at £339 and £379 respectively. Design. While the new Nexus 6P sports an all-metal body, the Nexus 5X sticks with the polycarbonate finish which has served it well on previous handsets. That means it doesn't look quite so premium, but with an attractive price tag and solid build it's difficult to knock. The Nexus 5X feels well built and sits in the hand nicely, with the volume and power/lock keys located on the right. You can't remove the rear cover, so there's no access to the battery. All you get is a SIM slot on the left of the device. Turn your attention to the base of the handset and you'll find a USB Type-C port, allowing for faster charging and the ability to plug in the charging cable either way round. On the rear, below the slightly volcanic-looking camera is a fingerprint scanner, which Google says falls perfectly under your finger. With it you can unlock the handset, verify purchases in the Play Store and use it in stores to pay with Android Pay. Display. Google has opted to stick with a Full HD resolution on the Nexus 5X, with the 6P the only Nexus getting the bump to QHD. That's not a big issue though, with the 1920 x 1080 resolution giving a respectable 423p. We found images to be clear and text sharp, although it wasn't quite as vibrant as the Nexus 6P. Camera. Google's pretty excited about the camera it's stuck inside its new Nexus handsets, branding it the best smartphone snapper it's ever used. The Nexus 5X boasts a 12.3MP rear-facing camera from Sony, which Google claims outperforms its predecessor and the new iPhones when it comes to low-light photography. The results are achieved by larger pixels in the sensor, 1.55 microns, allowing the camera to gobble up as much light as possible. That's paired with a laser autofocus, similar to the one found on the LG G4, helping your shots to remain blur-free. Round the front there's a 5MP camera for those of you who love taking selfies. We had a quick play with the Nexus 5X camera during our hands-on time, and we found the shutter to be speedy and results relatively detailed. It's difficult to gauge just how good the camera is at this stage though, so keep an eye out for our full review. The Nexus 5X uses Gorilla Glass 3 to protect its display, which has been coated to make it fingerprint and smudge resistant, although we did find it still picked up a few of our prints. Interface and performance. The Nexus 5X runs Android 6.0 Marshmallow, the very latest operating system from Google. It brings a range of new features while maintaining the familiar look and feel of Android, and this being a Nexus device it's the stock version. Nexus devices are also the first to get future software updates, and they'll come direct from Google rather than being held up by the phone manufacturer first. Some of the new features on the Nexus 5X courtesy of Marshmallow include improved battery life, better control over your data and what's shared with apps, and now on tap giving you mini Google Now cards within applications, triggered by holding the home button. We found everything ran smoothly on the Nexus 5X, but it is a little underpowered compared to the Nexus 6P. It sports a Snapdragon 808 processor and 2GB, which will suffice for most takes, but it's not quite as cutting-edge as its big brother. Early verdict. With an attractive price, decent screen, upgraded camera and fresh new software, the Nexus 5X is a great follow-up to the Nexus 5. It's got a range of features which keep it in touching distance of the top phones around, and while corners have been cut in some areas, design and camera, it looks set to be a top smartphone.